The story I tell is that it's the first thing I ever made, because, you know, in 7th grade I had my mother was kind of pushy, what do they say? I had an exhibition of Van Gogh copies, so I had a tremendous amount of ability to copy things, and, you know, I was an artist from day one. It was just, that's what everybody knew. Oh, Ken, he can draw, you know, he knows how to paint. My whole life. And so this is the first thing I ever made. Because people would comment, oh, I love your use of color, nice composition, I love your balance of proportion. It's the first thing I ever made when I went, that's a good idea. Had nothing, nobody's, I love the way you attach the fingerboard. You know, so that really appealed to me. And also, it automatically bridged music and sculpture. And I just automatically went like that. I went, wow, that's, I'd never made a 3-dimensional object, everything was 2-dimensional. I thought, you know, hey man, bring your axe to the jam session. And so, and I knew that, and I said, I wonder if it would fit in that little violin. Somebody had given me a broken violin as a sculptural object. I wonder if it would fit in that little, I think, 3/4 size, half size violin case. Watch this.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God, that is a wow. Look at the curvature of the book, and it's perfect. It couldn't be better. And so I'm like, oh my God, that is fucking awesome. And so then the broken violin that was in there, it took just the fingerboard. I had a couple of old broken guitar tuners, so I drilled 2 holes. I had to strap some metal around there because it was already cracked. The nail for the tailpiece was already in there. You know how they put a nail to spread the wood out to keep the blade from coming out. It perfectly attached the chin rest, the bridge, and I happen to have a contact microphone. Okay, that's the big key to my whole musical thing, is the contact microphone. And so within an hour, I plugged it into my amplifier and I was playing the axe-violin. And I didn't really think, you know, it sounded crappy, but considering the nature of what it was, and I thought, well, that's a pretty cool piece. So I had an exhibition that same year at the Northwest Artists Workshop, and I had, you know, photographic sequences and collages and paintings and, you know, other works, and then this one axe in the case. And people go, what? Everything else was 2-dimensional, or it was some kind of installation thing. So they go, what's that? I go, oh, it's, you know, axe-violin. And they go, no, that's really cool. Like, just genius. So I'd seen her do that, and I'd seen her do things like where she was standing in front of a slide projector with a screen behind her, and she projected an image of a target, and then the shadow of her bow functioned like an arrow pointing, you know, that kind of integration of the two things is completely new. So I did a performance, but kind of after that model, with 3 other musicians, and incredible musicians. And I sort of told stories and changed instruments all the time, and we sort of improvised on these wacky instruments. And typically a local person at this very high-end space, you know, Philip Glass and Laurie Anderson, I mean, it was super, super high-end stuff. I think a local performer like me, it'll be about 15 or 20 people there, so it's not going to be a big deal. My friends will go, hey Ken, great job, you know. My brother's not here. But the NBC affiliate came to the gallery the afternoon while we were, of the show, while we were, I can't say rehearsing, because it was like, well, you know, these things were very dysfunctional at that point. 500 people came to the gig. Did I say 5? I think it was 300. Anyway, and I got a standing ovation. And I thought, this rocks! And I had projected slides of like 60 of my flat works. And I thought, this is awesome. In an hour, you could get more coverage than 3 weeks in an exhibition. Performance rocks! So that's how the whole thing really got going. But yeah, the axe-violin numero. So a contact microphone, unlike a typical microphone, amplifies the physical vibration of sound. So plug it in. The amp is a little noisy. I can't even. Which kind of blew me away in 1978. I mean, considering that it took an hour to make it. And so, you know, that's really, but I still didn't quite recognize that was, because people would look at everything else and they go, what's that? You know, those things. And so it almost like other people directed me towards this in a way.